Sup everyone, this is your host Elijah here, and I'm coming at you from the Sawdust Society, Financial, the Veggiators, basically wherever you're seeing this streamed, since it's going to be streamed in multiple places. Some of y'all may know this, some of y'all don't, but I'm actually turning 33 today, and I want to say that I'm very grateful and thankful for your support, whatever brand you've been supporting throughout the years, whether that be the Sawdust Society, the Veggiators, or Financial Anatomy. What you're seeing now is footage from the birthday bash that I hosted, where several of my friends and contacts had a dialogue about what they have going on and what I have planned for 2025. For me personally, it's a big turning point in my life because that means I'm gradually transitioning out of the phase of being considered a young adult and moving into the next phase of life. And with that next phase also comes my need to kind of cultivate or elevate the ways that I serve you, the audience. Now, there's one value that I haven't really made any heavy content about, at least not online, that people keep saying that I have, and that's the ability to network. And that's what we're going to be showcasing in this video, where I talk to many of my contacts, colleagues, and friends about what they have going on, in addition to what value do they feel that I bring to the world. And I want to ask you as the audience, in what ways do you feel that I can serve you better in 2025, given the skill sets that you've seen me present? Anything that you want to see from me this year, if you could put it in the chat during the video, is greatly appreciated. And once we finish with the video portion, I will be hanging around to answer any questions that y'all have, or if you want to come on the stream and just have a dialogue about what would you like to see in 2025 from me, or what you have going on, we'll be setting that up after the video. I want to say thanks again for all the support throughout this year and for just the past few years in general. And if you decide to come on the stream, I look forward to talking to you. And if not, like I said, we can always dialogue using the live chat. Now let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, everyone, I have y'all's attention. So I want to thank everyone that's come out to my 33rd birthday bash. It means a lot. And I also want to thank St. Copa Kitchen for being able to host this event. I just wanted to come up here and give kind of like a game plan of like what's going to happen during the event. We've already started eating, so that's obviously good. And y'all might be wondering, where's the beard? What's up with that? Every birthday, I have a tradition going. I always go baby face, kind of like how many years young you're turning. So that's where the baby face is coming from. Am I going to keep it? Probably not. I might try something different this year, but it's not going to be baby face. But yeah, with that being said, after we finish eating, we're going to do the traditional happy birthday, so you get a slice of cake kind of thing. And with me being a content creator, as y'all all know, I'm going to do something special. So I want to ask all y'all, this is going to help me decide what I'm going to focus on this year for my content, but I'm going to ask y'all 2 questions. First question is, I have different relationships with all y'all. Some of y'all know me through my health and wellness content and passion for veganism. Some of y'all know me through real estate. Some of y'all know me through YouTube. So I want to ask each and every one of y'all, in your opinion, what is the superpower that I bring to the world? And based on y'all's answer, that's going to really help me focus on what I want to bring forth this year. And the second question, if you have a business, I'm going to give you a chance to shout out your business. And when I edit the video, I'll be sure to put screenshots of your website, all that good stuff, because I appreciate y'all coming out and supporting, and I do want to give back in various forms. So what I'm going to do with that content, I'm actually on my actual birthday. Today's not my birthday. It's the birthday bash. My actual birthday is on Wednesday. But who wants to have something in the middle of the week? That's why we're here today. I'm going to actually stream that on all of my channels. So Veggiators, Financial Anatomy, the Sawdust Society, and also the podcast. So it'll help all y'all's businesses get more exposure. Woo! Well, we can give a round of applause for that. So with that being said, let's have some
happy birthday. Happy day. And we'd like to thank you for coming out and celebrating this great entrepreneur, young man who is doing big things here in Dallas. We're going to go ahead and give everyone, or whoever wants to speak, a chance to say a little something about it and sing a happy birthday. Let's see. If anybody over here would like to start. Wishes, toast, anything. You say something?
Hey, you do have the mic. I go after you. Come first. I'm not sure if I know any alone Mr. Roger in the group besides mine. But from the time I met Elijah, man, he gave a good impression. Somebody who was very determined. He knew what he wanted. And I wanted to encourage that, so we became friends and like brothers. And I've seen him go through a lot of your endeavors, man, through doing an herbalist, writing the book, going into your finances, real estate, multi-level marketing, indigenous practices and things of that nature. And man, holistically, you was able to pull out all that wonderful happy birthday.
Appreciate it, man.
Anyone else?
So, I met Elijah at VidSummit, a conference for YouTubers, and it was funny because people were saying that they had actually watched his video, and that's the reason they showed up. Then I got to know him a little better, and I found that he's a connector too. But I thought you had to be an extreme extrovert to be a connector. If you ever need an example of how to be yourself, no matter what, Elijah's that man. He brings people together. He makes them feel wanted, loved, connected, and I've just felt like a part of the family since he's been inviting me to everything he's doing. And he has a genuine care for solving people's problems. So I just want to thank you for showing up and being you, because not many people have the courage to be them and live from their heart. So I appreciate that.
Appreciate it, Jeremy.
All right, I met Elijah a while back, and I want to say his superpower is being able to help this guy with a construction company come into the 21st century with YouTube. So I want to give him his props for that. I met the young man, I was impressed when I met him, and I said, we were talking, and I told him, I said, man, I'm trying to get my YouTube, my platform built and everything, and I'm having a kind of hard time doing it. And he said, I can help you with that. And I said, you know what? Boom, let's do this. All right, so happy birthday and congratulations.
Don't be shy. This is the time to show some love.
Yeah, so to me, we're talking about the superpower, right?
Maybe we can do that later. You can share it now.
I can share it now. Okay. I'll say one thing about Elijah. If you're into like growing yourself, growing your business, his superpower is networking. I've never gone. Every time I go to a random networking event, if I feel like I've been to a networking event, I was like, we probably gonna be the only black people in here. I walk in, and Elijah in there suited up, sitting down. I've been to networking events, so I thought, and Elijah's in there. But your superpower is networking, and I think you should really hone in on like using that to get in on investment deals, because you know people. And you have a really vast knowledge of who to connect to who. Because anytime I talk to you and I have a problem, you like, I know a person. So you should really hone that in to where you can be able to provide income for yourself, because you can provide a lot of value. So I think that's your superpower, and that's what you use it. And happy birthday, brother.
So if you don't have it, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elijah. Happy birthday to you.
How many are you going to be, Elijah?
Okay, so David, in your opinion, what's my superpower that I give out to you?
So I was thinking about this for a while, because I'm pretty sure you got a lot of the same answers. But I think one of the things that I would say I've actually admired about you, and I was thinking about this. not just today, but like a few like years back too. Because I've been with Amazon for so long, right? But one of the things that's always been impressive is how you were able to like move to different things, and I would say that's like being fearless. You know? Like I would say that's definitely a superpower. It's like when you can switch from one opportunity to another one, right? You don't care about failure, or you're not really worried about failure. You just like jump in. So yeah, I would say fearlessness is
Appreciate it, man. And I see you got me a gift, so it'd be rude not to open it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh man, I think oh, this is bad.
Well, if you're gonna keep like doing YouTube videos, you need like actual equipment. So hopefully this helps.
Oh yeah, it's gonna help. And last year you got me like the tripod stand that he's gonna turn me into an elite YouTuber. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying these out.
In your opinion, what is the common
My social medias for like TikTok or Instagram is just Taylor Mariah Nicole. But yeah, you can go on there and check it out. And yeah, I also have a LinkedIn as well. And so it's just Taylor, I think it's Taylor Jones on LinkedIn. And so yeah, those are all the places. If you want to connect with me, you can.
networking on your end, but bringing a lot of people together.
Appreciate it. And y'all might recognize him from the Side Hustle Society. He's been on the podcast before, so some of y'all might be familiar with Jacob and John. For those that aren't, want to give your business a shout out?
Yeah, you can follow me on our platform, Jacob and John. I got a showroom downtown, 1910 Pacific Avenue Street, 12055, Dallas 6 and 75201. Let's follow me on social media, whatever platform, Jacob and John. That's me. Appreciate it.
So, Robin, in your opinion, what's my superpower that I give out to the world?
Probably being caring and thoughtful.
So, Kevin, what do you feel is my superpower that I give to the world?
Honestly, I'm 13 years this year, right?
Yeah.
13 years and I've known you. I'll say your superpower. You really know how to gravitate to work people out the world. And I feel like that's how we connected in Walmart. I feel like that's kind of the reason. Apart from my friendship, that's why we put connected to that. Because we know how to get people together. I'll definitely say it's more of a superpower.
Right. Appreciate it. I know you got a few things going on. You want to give any of it a shout out?
Sure. I do music. If you want to follow me on any platform, YouTube, Instagram, anything like that is passion, CPA, do music, I also write, and have projects that are in the works right now too.
One little fact, the new theme song for the Side Hustle Society, you're looking at the producer right here.
Appreciate that. Appreciate the shout out.
So, Michelle, in your opinion, what's the superpower that I give out to the world that I have?
So I'm going to say, I'm sure everyone has said that. First word was connected. Many other words come to mind, but connected, because it seems like you just have this innate ability that's like, you know, like I know a person that does this, and I can connect with and help each other business out. I really appreciate everybody. I'm here a long time about it. I think it's literally been 10 years this year.
Oh, yeah. It was at Amazon, yeah.
It was like 2014, like the end of 2014. So yeah, it's been like 10 years. I just felt like great personality, like connected to everybody. Everybody has such a different personality. That's just like connected. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, thanks. I know you got a business of your own. You want to give a shout out? Whichever one.
Yeah, sure. So I am a hairstylist. It's Extend Co on all social platforms. XTENDAUTYCO. I'm also a photographer and getting into videography as well. So you can find the photography page Kingdom_Creations_ all social platforms.
So, Tamiko, in your opinion, what is the superpower that I have that I provide to your opinion?
It was funny. I actually laughed to myself a little bit when you asked that question because what I wrote in your card was just that. So my thought, I forget exactly what time frame it was that we met, but you're like a silent force, you know, like a secret power and secret weapon. And what your superpowers are, I think there's two. You have an abundance of information and you know how to distribute that to those that need it. And just like one of the other people said, they meet somebody and they need something, they can say, "Hey, Elijah." And I've done that a couple of times with you. And you've been like, "Yeah, have them call me." So I think you know how to distribute information and your wealth of knowledge. Two, which I heard someone say as well, which is more confirmation, is your ability to network and get people together. So I would say that it's your information base and your ability to gather people together to help distribute that information. So keep doing that in whatever way God leads you to do that. Yeah.
Okay, and both of y'all hold up real quick. I'm getting your card, I'm going to open it. Like-minded individuals together to learn, to eat, to live. Continue being great and loving and a great life. You are awesome.
Yep.
I appreciate it, Tamiko.
You're welcome.
I'm going to give you a hug after the second question.
Okay.
But I know you have a business of your own, so you want to give it a shout out?
I am Tamiko, the Realtor Chick. I'm looking at the microphone. I'm Tamiko, the Realtor Chick, and I am a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is I've been doing this 10 years. It'll be 11 years in March. And my thing is making sure that I help the clients that I am blessed to serve to have all the information they need so that they can make the best and informed decision and and gain a friend for life, someone that refers me and also wants to come back for repeat business. But I'm here to help, and so that's my superpower.
Okay. So I got your opinion. What's the superpower that I give out to you that I have?
Okay. Hey Elijah, ever since I've known you, I believe that your superpower is determination. Having an idea and having the ability to bring that idea about. I've seen it happen on many occasions through many of your endeavors, and your dedication to that idea is what I think that superpower is. So that's your determination. And seeing you here today after all these years, accomplished in real estate, accomplished in economics, accomplished in knowing who you are, your identity here in America, in the world, with your worldview, is an indication of that. So keep shining and be great at everything you do. Always depend on yourself, believe in yourself, and never give up. Continue being there.
Appreciate it. And I know y'all have some business going on, so you want to share that?
Well, this is my wife, Shonda, and she's going to talk about a few of the business that we have.
All right, we are the owners, business number one, the owners of Capture It 360 Photos, which is a photo booth company. We have a couple of 360 photo booths and a mirror booth, and we also do the still iPad photos. Then we also have Tisso Sweets, Cake Treats and Eats, which does mainly catering now. And then TFT by King EJ, which is our son, focusing mainly on handmade beaded bracelets, necklaces, sports team bracelets, tumblers and t-shirts. So we're just trying to be an inspiration to the young man and help him get his businesses going. That's it.
So yeah, Micah, I know you got your own business in real estate. You want to talk a little about it and share it?
Yeah, so my business in real estate is, am I looking at the camera?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. My business in real estate is, I have a company called Airbnb. We do short-term rental, property management. I actually buy houses, rent them out as short-term rentals, and then I also manage for people. So if people are looking to manage in DFW, Central Arkansas, I will manage your property. And then I also have another business, which is our podcasting business. I have a podcast called Live Let Thrive, which have you been on?
I haven't been on, but you've been on mine.
Okay, so I need to get you on. And then I have my wife just started her podcast, which is Ladies Empowerment and Alignment Network, where she actually talks to women who've went through life struggles and have pulled themselves out, and it's really inspiring. So yeah, my podcast is all about short-term rentals and real estate. So, yeah, those are my two businesses.
Awesome. Y'all be sure to check that out. I can personally vouch for Live Let Thrive a lot. It's very entertaining in addition to being educational.
Edutainment.
Yeah, edutainment. That's the term. We coined that term.
Yeah.
So, Mike, in your opinion, what's the superpower you feel that I bring to the board?
I think your superpower is really being able to be a connector for people. It just amazes me, all the events that I've seen you at, especially with this one, how you're able to just bring people from all walks of life, from all different ages, old, young, different people of color, things of that nature, and really kind of create like a strong community. And I've even met people that I wouldn't have thought that I would have met at your events, especially at this one. And it's just a blessing. I don't think a lot of people have the level of commitment and consistency, because I see you doing it all the time. Consistency to actually make that happen and really kind of grow over time. So I think being a connector is important.
Okay, thanks. I know you have a business of your own. You want to give it a shout out real quick?
I do. So PBD Living, which is a short-term rental business, offering relocation services for people in need. So you can follow us at PBD Stays. We'd love to have you stay for a short time period or a long time period if you're thinking about relocating to Dallas, or just coming here for an event to see family.
And you're also partly hosting a short-term rental event too, the Trailblazer, right?
I am, yes. So it's going to be a 3-day immersive event in Oklahoma. It's in a luxury cabin. It's going to be super intimate. It's going to be fun. We've got speakers coming in. People that are in the DFW area don't feel like driving to Oklahoma. We're also doing a shuttle. So that's going to be February 28th through March 2nd. Look forward to seeing you there.
Nice. I'll be sure to put that information on the screen. You can check it out. Appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
So you already shared the superpower, so I'm going to give you a chance to shout out your business, what you got going on. Feel free to share with the audience.
Okay. I appreciate that. So I am the official G-Wiz. Anywhere you want to connect, except for Twitter, I'm just official G-Wiz. There's no the. But the official G-Wiz, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm the only Gregory Kasim Rutledge, so you can also find me that way on LinkedIn. It's Gregory Rutledge with the sunshine emoji. But the official G-Wiz, you'll find me, and then everything is interlinked. I just sent the link tree. What is it? https://linktr.ee/Gregory Rutledge. All of my stuff is there. Would love to have people join in the greatest group ever on Facebook, literally the greatest group ever, that's where I nurture all my people. I do group coaching Monday nights, 6:30 to 8:30. If you want to come, bring questions and see how we can help you implement these things you've learned here, or something you're stuck with that you don't quite have clarity on. That's what we're there for, is to help you get clarity. So I'm helping y'all bridge gaps, connect dots, and break silos. I'd love to connect with you. And the pre-order link, I dropped that in the chat as well. Go ahead and pre-order your copy of the book. I will get that workbook and that hidden chapter to you, and a signed copy of the book when the book is ready. It's only $20 for pre-order right now. So we'd love to have y'all get on board with this movement, and let's help the world be greater.
So, in y'all's opinion, what do y'all feel is my superpower that I give out to the world?
I think it's all about your way of communicating, connecting with people. You're all about connection. You have the gift of connection. When I first met you, I didn't know you, and you just made things so much easier and smoother. You had a way of communicating, making me feel comfortable, and then also giving me opportunities and different outlets and choices to make. You say, hey, you can either go this way or you can either go that way. I know somebody who does this or does that. And so it allowed me to warm up to you, and also release some of my space to say, hey, look, what about this? What about that? So it opened me up for more questions to ask you from my creativity mind. They'd be like, okay, this is really opening me up now, because he's giving me resources. You're very resourceful. But I'm going to pass that ball over to my wife, Nadine.
Well, I believe your superpower is the ability to make people feel comfortable, and your listening skills are off the chart. And then when you listen, you find a way to connect with that person and, like you said, offer solution, resources, and so yeah, you're awesome. You're awesome. You're like the magnificent, what is it, 5 or 4?
Appreciate it, y'all. I know y'all have a few projects going on business-wise. You want to share them?
Oh, sure. So my motto, superpower, is making dreams come true. And in the field of real estate, I'm a wedding planner and a luxury travel consultant. So whether you want to go to your dream destination, have your dream wedding, or your dream home, I'm the girl for it.
Mine is basically being able to get into the Airbnb realm of things, helping people find homes, find opportunities for short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, all those different type of variables that comes into play when people need a place to stay, or with my hospitality background, it allows me to be able to interact with individuals, and also put me in position where I can help people to, find a place to stay. And I love that. That's my superpower, able to help people navigate.
I appreciate y'all sharing that. I also appreciate y'all coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, man. Thank you for
Happy
inviting us.
birthday.
We really had a good time here. And thank you for interacting with us. And even when you had all these people around us, you just made me feel one-on-one. You had that, like I said, that magnetism to say, all right, what you need? Boom. And it was just all circle, nobody else was around. I felt like I was in a room just with you, nobody else around. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for that undivided attention.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. What's up, everyone? So we just got done playing the video
from the birthday bash. I'm just checking to make sure the mic is all good. But yeah, if anyone wants to come on the stream, chop it up with me, we could definitely do that. I want to say I'm grateful for everyone that was able to make the birthday bash. And I'm really looking for different ways to really serve the audience this year, because I don't tend to really do New Year stuff. I kind of count in between birthdays because my birthday is so close to the beginning of the year. It might as well kind of be like a birthday resolution, not a New Year's resolution. So I dropped the link that's in the chat. If anyone wants to come on, just click that link and we can chop it up. I want to know, in terms of the struggles that people are having, whether it be health and wellness, finance, professional, whatever, what do y'all feel that y'all are struggling with when it comes to obtaining y'all's goals? And I'm going to put a focus on really addressing those problems this year because, yeah, that's going to be my focus for 2025. But we're kind of waiting for those questions or people to come on to what happened. Let me just address some of these comments. St. Tiff is saying happy birthday. It's much appreciated, Tiff. Keep scrolling down. Shout out to my boy. Appreciate you, Tony. Yeah, you've been putting in a lot of work over the past few years. I'm glad to see that it's paying off for you business-wise. Yeah, some of y'all don't know, but my middle name is actually Ray. So, yeah, I appreciate it, Mom. Tanisha, wishing you a great day. Much appreciated. Somebody saying shout out to a real one. Appreciate that again. Oh, Yuli, long time no see. I appreciate the birthday shout out. Yeah. Well, we're waiting for people to either come in the back room if they want to chop it up, or if y'all want to drop some questions. Definitely one step at a time. And that's how you got to do it when it comes to business. I think a lot of people just stay so focused on the end goal when it comes to business. They don't really break up their goals in like individual steps and just obtain those in a piece by piece manner. You can't just obtain something all at once. You got to break it up into smaller goals. Let's see. But yeah, I see that we actually got a lot of people watching. So yeah, feel free to drop a comment or come on the show. Hey, let's chop it up. I will say that planning that birthday bash while I'm waiting for someone to come up, it was a lot of work. Speaking of the birthday bash, anyone who's curious about the people that y'all saw on the stream, like you heard some that really caught your attention, just click on the link in the description. It doesn't matter where you're watching. It's in the description of all the YouTube channels. And when you click in the description, it has a list of all the people that y'all saw and their businesses. So if you want to check them out, then you can check them out. Nikki, hey, what's going on? I'll be honest, Nikki, you're pretty inspiring because I just seen how much work you've been putting in the live streams. You've been live streaming like damn near every day. So I would call you the live stream queen at this point. Kind of getting me to step up my game when it comes to live streaming because I probably should be doing it more often. Yuli, your superpower is the insane ability to execute. I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely an executioner. I will say this, I wasn't always like that. The key to becoming an executioner, you have to reach a point in your life where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And the sooner you can reach that point, the sooner you can become an executioner. But if you're not at that point, you'll have this problem. And I had this problem in my early 20s, like when I was 21, 22. I would start stuff, but then not follow through with it. And it's because I wasn't sick and tired of being sick and tired yet. So once that happens, that's when you become an executioner and you're an unstoppable force. Hey, Daisy, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the birthday shout out. Speaking of hustle, I know you've been on the hustle yourself. But when you stay on the hustle, it brings results. So we just got to stay on that track. No problem, Nikki. Speaking of live streaming, if y'all are into, well, she's always saying this about me. Here's my chance to return the favor. But she always says I'm like the brother to her channel. the brother channel to her channel. I'm gonna say she's the sister channel to mine. So if y'all looking to find different ways of saving money via just like a lot of different ways, definitely check her out. And she's been launching a lot of digital products lately. Actually, Nikki, if you want to give some details on that, feel free. Whether it's to drop, you want to drop them in the chat, or if you want to come on. But yeah, let me get a swig of water real quick. Oh, looks like we got someone on. Hey, Nikki, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. It looks like, do you have a new set? I noticed that everything is purple in addition to like what you're wearing.
No. Well, I moved.
Okay. So it
Yeah.
must be the lighting. The lighting must be like purple light or
Yeah.
whatever.
Hold on. Let me see something. I'm like getting a double echo. Hold on. Okay. There we go.
All right, 1, 2, 3, testing. Can you hear me good?
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Because I was watching your stream and I still have it in my ears. So, okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No,
you good
it's the
now?
same. Yeah. It's the
Okay.
same. Like I have, a different, it's just plain wall right now. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of figure.
Hey, Nikki, you muted yourself somehow.
Yeah, it just warned me. It said that my mic went out. Hold on. Let me go back.
Well, I can hear you now. So
Okay,
whatever you
there
do.
we go. Yeah, that's better. I like this mic better.
Yuli loves the purple in the chair.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the lights can change colors. So it's the same, still the same stuff. But oh, I see engineer your life. Thank you. When I go on the other side, people like my lamp, the bubble lamp. You remember that, Elijah?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a little
Yeah.
while back though, right?
No, I used it like I think within the last 2 months, I think. Yeah, just not as often because it's easier for me to film here because my camera is right above my computer. So
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, speaking of live streaming and whatnot, so Nikki, what do you want to see from me this year? I mean, what do you feel like I should be giving my audience in terms of just content in general that I haven't done?
funny you should ask. Why? And I didn't get to watch it yet. I was scrolling through and I saw you dropped a video about that girl that sued Lyft. I said, no, he didn't. I can't wait to watch that. Yeah. Stuff like that. I think, it piques people's interest because it's a trending topic and, that'll help, keep you in the algorithm. But also people want to hear the opinion of somebody that's actually done rideshare. You know what I mean? So like the stuff that you're actually doing, I think staying on those relevant topics or like those trending stories, I think that'll really work for you.
Okay. Yeah, you got a good point, and that would kind of tie into what's up, Sonny Bravo. That'll kind of tie into like being able to live stream more, right? Because doing live streams of, I already do the Financial Freedom Friday, so like having a segment, maybe like a
Yeah.
reaction segment of stuff that's going on.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing though. I mean, our channels are siblings, okay? Whether you want to admit it or not, our channels are siblings. So
I don't have any problem admitting it. Yeah, we're siblings.
yeah, so I think, especially when it comes to just like the variety of making money, people just like that. It's like the economy is jacked up. Lord knows where it's going to go from here. So I think, just staying on top of what you're doing. You're already doing a good job. So
Okay. I'm definitely gonna note that. Sonny Bravo agrees with you in terms of more live streams in terms of like reacting. You know what? That probably could just be a segment of the Financial Freedom Fridays. I mean,
Yeah.
it might make them longer, but I don't think the audience particularly minds that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of live streaming, some of these cats, they got like live streaming muscles as big as like the strongest man on the planet. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of Roberto Blake's live streams, but he'll be on here for like 3 or 4 hours. And sometimes the lead attorney, he'll be on here for damn near like 7.5 hours. It's just
Yes. Yes. And you know what? I'm one of those people that will watch those 3-4 hour streams from start to finish.
will you
So
be
we
watching
exist.
it or listening?
I watch, but
Mm.
typically I'm like working at the same time. But it depends on what it is though. Because I'm a
Mhm.
Tasha K fan, so I like the gossip stuff, right? So she might do like maybe like a 2 hour stream, but then she'll go and do a members only, and that'll be like another 2 hours. So that's like 4 hours of my night right there.
Mhm.
But sometimes I'm just chilling, and I do want to just watch the stuff. So, and really, what one of the main reasons why I do watch people's live streams is just to get an idea of what people are doing. Like I typically don't watch many people like within our niche because I don't want to subconsciously like bite off of their material. So what
Mhm.
I do is I go to other genres and I get ideas from what they're doing. And so, that's just my way of doing it. But yeah,
Mhm.
I'm a live stream queen when it comes to watching. Like I watch hours and hours upon live streams per day. I don't even want to know what my watch time is when it comes to watching people's content. It's really bad. Yeah.
Hey, Sonny, Bravo, I see you in the back room. If you're ready to come up, just let me know. You can wave or something. But
Yeah.
here's a YouTube hack that there was a course that I took
Mhm.
back when I was first getting started with YouTube. It's by Jump Cut. It still
Okay.
might be out there. I don't know, but in that course, they kind of actually suggested that you have your niche, right?
Mhm.
And whatever niche you pick, if you copy something from your niche, that's unoriginal and you're copying. But if you copy something from another niche and then incorporate it into your niche, then that's considered creative and innovative. And
Right.
even if the person that you copy from is watching you, they won't care because it's like, oh, well, you're not taking stuff out of my pocket because we're
Right.
not related at all. So
Mhm.
watch different genres of YouTube and grab stuff from different genres and incorporate it into your own.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like I don't really find many people doing it like I'm doing it because it's just I'm just taking bites and from gossip people and everything to just bring it to finance and lifestyle content.
Mhm.
But
Right.
I'm gonna let Sonny have his time.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Nikki, and dropping that game. And
Oh, no
everyone,
problem.
be sure to check her channel out. We just admitted it. We're both siblings, so if you're rocking my content, there's a chance you like her content too.
All right, Elijah, happy birthday.
Appreciate it. I'll catch you later.
Happy birthday, big dog. How you doing, man?
I appreciate it, Sonny. I'm good. I'm good. Honestly, it's kind of hard to believe I'm 33, but you know what? Time flies, and I consider that a good thing. It's just moving closer to the next phase of life.
It's funny, man. I was just watching videos last night from when I was 34. And I'm like, man, bro, it's just crazy how it just seemed like it felt like it was a year ago I was doing that stuff. I was like making content on another channel, me getting into boxing and Muay Thai and all this, and I was doing like a daily vlog. I'm like, man, I like just from 3 years ago, I just looked different. I had longer hair and it was just my daughter was much younger. It's just crazy. Like how the time just keeps flying by. It just reminds me you really just gotta continue taking care of yourself, stay on top of your exercise, your diet, all that.
Yeah.
Your mind, keep your mind sharp.
Right. And I didn't go through the exact same thing, but I am comparing myself to like in my 20s when I used to have like locks, short locks. And it's real interesting. I will say this. One thing that I'm looking at pursuing
I did it in my mid-20s, but I wasn't financially stable enough to keep it going. But I actually used to be I used to do MMA, but and I did it for
Oh,
about
okay.
I did it for about 6 months. But it was right after I quit from Amazon, so I didn't have the I'll say passive income to commit to it. I had to be out on the hustle, so eventually I had to let it go. But I'm actually looking at getting
Same
back
thing.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Same thing happened to me, and I'm looking about getting back into it as well because honestly, I feel like that's the best. That's really the best way to keep yourself in shape that I've seen so far, as far as cardio and just everything. You know, you sharp, you learning new things. You have to be real agile. It's just so many aspects to it that's just so good for you. That just keeps you really, on point.
Right, right. Someone else is ready in the back. Put in a private chat or like wave or something if you're ready. I can bring you on. But yeah, so Sonny Bravo, I want to. Oh, let me address Gregory's comment real quick. This is when I asked like what do you want to see more from me. He's saying more content on how to monetize your natural talents and leverage your background. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll be real excited to dive heavy into that this year because everyone knows that one of my channels, Financial Anatomy, focuses heavy on your financial personality and using your assets, personality-wise, to really achieve your goals. But uh, but yeah, so Sonny, what you got going on channel-wise? I know you've had a resurgence since you came back.
Yeah, bro. I've been just really analyzing my strategy, analyzing what I really care about, making content about, and just really niching down on that. And overall, what my main focus is just talking about things that have to do with our community, as far as the FBA community. And I'll talk about trending topics from time to time if something's big enough. But what it really comes down to is if I come across a story or a situation that really piques my interest enough that makes me have an interesting perspective on it. If something's
Mhm.
interesting a little bit to me and I just want to like watch it and it's kind of like, okay, that's cool, like that was a little bit entertaining. I won't make a video about it because it has to be something that really like either makes me mad. It has to get some type of strong emotion out of me for me to know I can make a good video about it. And then usually the ones that I make a video about that resonate with me end up resonating with my audience. Because
Mhm.
and on top of that, I end up putting more time and effort into the thumbnail because I really want to convey that feeling that I'm feeling about the topic I'm talking about. I put more effort into the title, which there's some tools I've been using that's been really helping me optimize those as well. Like vidIQ has actually gotten a lot better in recent years. It'll help you find like content gaps that your people are looking for.
Mhm.
And it'll give you good ideas of talking about for evergreen content. Like a video I recently did called "What is the Foundation of Black America?" I guess a lot of people have been searching that, so it suggested me make a video about that. I'm like, dang, that's a good idea. And right off the top of my head, I was able to just break it down, and I just, just went on this basically 10-minute tangent and just cut out all the fluff. And that video's been consistently growing, as an evergreen topic that just people just want to know about. So I think that'll help give people a good content mix where something their audience or people who could be in their audience is genuinely searching for, and you have a
Mhm.
good perspective on, and you could just shoot right off the top of the head, or even do a script, however you want to do it, but something that you have a lot to say about, and then mix that in with things that are trending that genuinely spark your interest to get some type of emotion out of you, whether it's anger or you just feel like more people should see it or whatever the situation is. And I think that's a good way. And it also chat GPT as far as optimizing titles. Because if I have like a title idea and I'll type something that sounds good and it'll give me suggestions like, oh, you might want to add this word in it and word it like this, word it like that, and you can play with that and tweak it to where it's really optimized for clickability. You know, it'd be the same concept, but it'll just help you optimize it more. And you could actually put that title in to what's it called, vidIQ, or
Mm-hmm.
like private or whatever, with a thumbnail and the title, and it'll rate your thumbnail and title in their scale, which is different than what's the other ones, TubeBuddy. But I've noticed it's a bit more accurate because it basically rates it on like what's the likelihood of someone liking that combination, you know, that's in your audience. So yeah, it's been really working well for me.
I almost feel like this should be a YouTube masterclass. Anyone that's listening, they're getting some good game.
You know, as long as we've been doing this, we bound to pick up a lot of games, just constantly trying to figure it out, you know.
Right, right.
Especially because we talking about things that really gravitate to us, that we really care about, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know why, but TubeBuddy used to be the best plugin, well, the best extension, and they just kind of stopped innovating. And vidIQ just kept increasing their value, stepping up their game, and saw most of the points where I think vidIQ is kind of overtaking them in terms of just usefulness. I don't know why TubeBuddy stopped innovating.
Yeah, I would agree. And I used to only use TubeBuddy because of that. And I just, something told me just try vidIQ out. And I've seen some of the new tools that they have that have actually been really helpful. So now I just use them in conjunction with each other. And usually, if I get like a concept that scores high on both, I know I got a banger, you know.
Right, right, right. Yeah. So speaking of, since we are talking about the topic of like YouTube, you made a lot of good progress, but like, what do you feel are some challenges that you've been encountering with YouTube, and how do you feel that is the best way you could address those challenges? Because I know
Yeah.
the algorithms are always changing, stuff like that. But yeah,
Okay, so here's the thing with me. I'm always looking to improve something. I'm always looking to either, like, I just upgraded my equipment. I just got a nice new camera. Actually, I got the camera a few months ago, and I had issues actually extracting the videos from it, but now I just figured that out. So now I'm actually going to be able to start going on camera again, and it has a microphone as well, so it's going to give me better sound quality, which has been a hurdle because I've been doing my videos faceless just because I don't want to have to deal with the element of image quality on top of sound quality. So I just wanted to pick my battles and deal with one. But so that's one problem that I think is gonna increase the retention of my viewers as far as like consistent viewers coming back. Even though that's been improving with my concept selection, I think just upping the quality is one. But you already have good quality. You know, your quality's really good and your editing's good. But I would say always trying to improve on quality, always looking for um, title selection that resonates with your audience. I think it's really the most important thing. Um, because if you're talking about a concept that's like, you know, because I still do this. Like I picked the concept that I thought my audience would actually resonate because it's similar. You know, it's like a Lord Jamar video, and it's similar to, you know, because I did one that was, you know, spot on with what my audience likes that I talk about when I talk about it. You know, I'm breaking down how these fools is trying to hijack hip hop from us, basically. And you see how the passion in my voice when I talk about that. And then I did a
yeah,
video talking about how him and Godfrey fell out. And I think just the combination of the thumbnail not being compelling enough, even though I thought it was funny, I could look at it and see it wasn't good enough. And then the actual concept is not really a concept that my audience is interested in me talking about per se. You know, I probably could have made up for it with a better thumbnail and just a phenomenal ass take on it. But I was fighting an uphill battle because it's not something that they're already looking for me to be talking about. It seems, you know, that's why the retention was lower than usual. And I was lazy on my editing job, so you know.
you bring up a good point about that title. Nikki brought up this video when she was up here, but the whole like Lyft passenger that got refused a ride because she couldn't fit in the car or whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
the perfect, yeah, like people, I looked at titles, I made a video on it. I looked at titles of people that already covered it, but you know, if they're entertainers or at the most they're passengers, but they've never actually been like a rideshare driver before. So when I came up with a title, like the title popped in my head, like, you know what, this will relate to the driver and it'll really click with them. But like ultimately she should have got an XL. So the title I used was Double XL Rapper Refuses to Get a Lyft XL. Lyft is sued and Lyft driver deactivated. And people are really resonating with that title. Like,
I can see why that would be the case.
Say what?
I can see why that would be the case.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't come up across my feed. See, that pisses me off when I subscribe to people and something like that don't pop up.
Yeah, and that's because the subscription feed is pretty much dead at this point. I mean, their channels I'm subscribed to, but if I haven't watched their content in the last like 2 or 3 months, they just won't pop up, and vice versa. You watch like one, maybe two videos from someone, and you get flooded with like their videos. I kid you not. I know you don't really rock with video games that much, but last year I was playing a game called Red Dead Redemption 2, and I just looked up how to do like one thing, and I hadn't beat the game yet. And I looked up that one thing, figured out how to do it, and the next time I got on YouTube, I was spammed with a bunch of Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, and a lot of these videos were spoiling the story. I was like, oh, come on, man. So I just deleted my history. I didn't want that to happen, but that's what happened.
Yeah. And that's why I like having multiple channels that I can log in, because it gives you a fresh, like, it gives you a fresh chance to see different things on your feed, because YouTube only wants to feed you stuff that's similar to what you already been watching a lot of the time. So it makes you kind of stagnate on ideas sometimes. So yesterday I logged into my other channel and I just looked at my feed. I was like, man, I saw some really good ideas to the point where I actually wrote them down because I was thinking about doing my own little take on them. You know, and also I think a good thing to do would be have an experimental channel. Like my other channel now, I'm gonna just start just anything that interests me. I'm gonna just start doing little straight takes on my camera, talking about it, and to where I don't have the pressure of performance like I do on my other channel. Because you know, when like your main channel, if you have consistent low performing videos, then YouTube starts to suppress your shit. That's why all of my shit now, it kind of starts out with low views, even when it ends up getting a whole bunch of views. You know, YouTube does this weird suppression thing, so it kind of puts pressure on you. But if you have a way to experiment with ideas and test them, I think that could be a good proving ground, and then you could like do a better version of it on your main channel or whatever. Once you see people actually like what you're talking about on a test channel or something, I think I'm gonna start experimenting with that.
That sounds like a good idea. I do want to say, anyone that's in the chat, if y'all have any questions, like feel free to drop them in the chat. Or if y'all have like a topic that y'all really want to see me cover for whatever reason, you can drop that in the chat, and I'll either address it here or I'll add it to my video idea spreadsheet, and we'll look at making a video on that. What's up, Kelly? Happy birthday! Your superpower is your ability to see deeply, and your your superpower is your ability to see people deeply and lift them up. Appreciate that. But Sonny, I would ask you, content wise, what do you feel? What would you want to see from me this year? Yo, can you hear me? Yo, Sonny Bravo, you still there?
Hello.
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, I hear you now. It muted for a while. I couldn't hear you.
Got you. Okay. Well, I was basically giving a shout out to the chat and letting people know if they have a question, drop it in the chat. If they have like a video topic idea, drop it in the chat. But I was asking you, content wise, or I guess just in general, what do you want to see from me in 2025?
In 2025, I would like to see you cover topics that are in your lane, as far as like the financial lane that bigger content creators have a take on. But I want to see unique perspective on it.
Okay, gotcha. So people like Graham Stephan and Ryan Scribner and Meet Kevin, like they may cover something that's going on in the financial sector, and they have their viewpoint. But you want me to cover that same topic and share my own viewpoint?
Yeah, like put a twist on it in a way that's like, huh, that's interesting. Like, like it's because it could be a totally different if it's you talking about your perspective on something and really just break down what their points are on it and be like, huh, do I agree with this? Or even you could do like takes disagreeing with them on certain things, like even, if it's not disrespectfully or whatever, he's like, well, this is his take on it. But as far as this part, I disagree because of this. I disagree because of this. I do agree with this part, kind of make it interesting. I think doing like disagreement breakdowns could be interesting or, maybe debunk something that's a popular myth that's
Gotcha.
like maybe trending, like if it's a topic that's trending in the financial sector and a bunch of people are jumping on it, if you had a take that's kind of adverse to that in a way, that would be interesting to me. Kind of like an edutainment type of thing.
Right. That's a good point because actually the people I just mentioned, they're not the best example of this. 'Cause a lot of them, they've actually been off the job for a while too. But I'll just say a lot of people in the finance sector, they they just defend this employee stuff way too much. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being an employee, but they'll cover topics in like the self-employment world, for instance, and they have a view, and I will disagree with that view because these are people that we talked about this before, like offline. These are people that they work their 9 to 5, then they YouTube on the side or whatever, and then that eventually took off, and then they safely let the 9 to 5 go. But if we're gonna be realistic, let's just say if YouTube was gone and just lost everything, they would probably be in some real trouble. Versus people like you and me, we've had a period in our lives where we were grinded, the hustle kind of grinded us into an unstoppable force. So if all this disappeared, we could
Right.
make things pop off without going back to a job.
Literally. And that's the thing that, like, that's why I have a certain level of respect for people like you, man. Like, because you really, like, you're not like just some guru who figured out how to appeal to people when it comes to talking about this shit. You actually, like, did it from the ground up, you know what I mean, as well. And it's a different type of thing when you can talk to real people who really just out here on that level and really give them insightful advice. It's a different type of thing. That's different than just being able to figure out how to appeal to algorithms and entertain. Where you could drop some real game from real experience and you really came up that way. It's just a different thing. It's just a matter of learning how to package that and sell it. That's
And
the
I
problem. That's the YouTube problem.
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, because at least you don't need it.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's funny too because like I've noticed the difference between platforms like YouTube and TikTok because I put a video up on TikTok, the video I made about the Aaliyah situation. So I really took my time and put effort into it, and I made a hell of a thumbnail too. And on my channel, it still has like under 500 views, but on TikTok, it has like 50, 60,000 views. That bitch took off ASAP. You know what I mean? It's like just packaging something in a way that your viewers want to see. It's just crazy, man. It's so many little tricky little things.
Right.
Or even different platforms appeal to approaches of content different ways. Because I can have something blow up on one platform and be flat on the other, and vice versa.
That's the reason to put everything on all the platforms, right? Don't just be married to one. But wait.
Right.
I take that back. Don't be married to one unless they don't give you a big bag. Like if YouTube or Twitch or whatever is gonna offer you like, I don't know, like $50,000 or something for a contract to stay on exclusive for X amount of time, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to eat my words, so there is an exception to that.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to having a unique selling point that'll get people into your funnel outside of platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm really working on now because I think I'm gonna put a little more emphasis on some more long form evergreen content because I think there's a lane for the type of content that I care about. And I've seen similar examples that aren't talking about the same thing, but I think if I could use a similar format, it could work. Same thing with you. Like if you look at the things that are kind of adjacent to your lane or somewhat in your lane and put your own spin on it with long form content, I think that could work as well.
Right. So you brought up TikTok. In your opinion, what's going to happen to that? You think it's going to eventually go away, or they're kind of jerking people around? It's not going nowhere.
I think it'll stay around during the Trump administration because he wants to be able to take credit for bringing it back. He wants his ego to be boosted by that, and he like blew up on there or something like that. So he wants to have it around for his own ego boost.
Got you. Plus,
and anybody who goes against it is going to be anti him, which means they'll get canceled on the right wing. So yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Well, if anything, he probably wants to keep it in his back pocket as a negotiation tool to get what he wants out of China. Like, hey, I could always just, take this away. I'm the one who brought it back. Like, remember that? I could really see him doing that and really keeping that in his back pocket for the rest of this administration, at the very least.
What's crazy is ByteDance is a Taiwanese country. They're not even Chinese. As far as I know, I think the CEO is Taiwanese.
I haven't looked into it heavy, so I don't know.
Yeah, they had this court case, and they kept pressuring him about this China stuff. He's like, I'm not Chinese. I was in the Taiwan military. I'm not Chinese. Like, he kept saying over and over, I'm not Chinese. Like, the hell's wrong with y'all, man? They just use China as any type. Really, what it comes down to is, man, the oligarchs that control America's social media, they see them as a competition. If Facebook can't buy them out and be controlled, they don't want it. It's really my opinion of what it comes down to.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, but I will say this: the TikTok thing, like the whole controversy about their terms of service, they did bring up some valid points. I will say that they did. Even though the terms of service weren't changed, that's probably more conduit to get them out of there based on what you said. Overall, they don't really care about the terms of service that much. It's just that's what they publicly said, but they privately want them gone for other reasons.
They want to control the narrative, ultimately.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I'm looking at the comments. I don't see any more comments, but if anyone has anything, feel free to drop them, or if you want to come on. The link is still in the chat. I think I'll hang around for another 5 or 10 minutes, but after that, I think we'll go ahead and call it quits. But Sonny, while you're on, did you have any last minute thoughts that you wanted to share, just about anything?
Yeah. As far as the financial world right now, as far as people's personal finances, there's going to be a lot of scams out there right now. A lot of pitches to work for this company, do this, do that. A lot of get-rich-quick schemes and multi-level marketing companies out there. The advice I want to give to people is, if it's not something that you think of out of your own brain, or you see someone that in your personal life physically making a bunch of money out of, don't do it. Don't waste your time and energy and effort. And this is coming from someone who's done like multi-level marketing and been somewhat successful. Compared to other people, I actually was really successful because I made this shit make me money because I was so against getting my money taken and not making money. But I'm a rare exception. Like, I'm a hustler. Like, I was selling DVDs at the time in the street. Like, I'm a different type of person. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I made my money back is because I literally took their products, went out to beaches and in front of people, and sold that expensive stuff I was paying way too much for double. I was selling energy drinks for like $6-7, and they were costing me like $2.50 a piece. It was ridiculous. Like, I was paying way too much for a wholesale product. You know what I mean? So it's just BS. So just don't, whatever you do, don't fall into multi-level marketing, please. No matter how they start spinning, oh no, this isn't a pyramid scheme. Your job is a pyramid. Like, just shut shut the fuck up. I want to slap it. Like, if I could go to one of those presentations and just slap everybody, I would. I swear to you.
Gregory brings up, he says, that's good content, debunk the get rich quick schemes. Oh, that's some actually kind of like a
Hell
CoffeeZilla,
yeah.
kind of like a
Hell
coffee
yeah.
approach where he goes around like, like debunking a lot of this overhyped stuff that doesn't really get the results that they claim. Uh, well, my story with multi-level marketing. I was in it for a while and I actually got pretty good at it. I built a big downline up. But the thing is, one day I just sat down and looked at the percentages, and it's like, okay, when I sell this much product, you're making this much. Like, hold on, I'm doing a lot of the work, and I respect the fact that y'all shipping it and all that stuff. But if I just had something to sell that I produced, then I get to keep 100% of it because I'm the one that has the sales skills.
Literally.
Why don't I just go do that?
It's just high class hoeing. It's just like, okay, why don't I just go? It's like, why don't I just go get my own product and all this energy I'm spending recruiting a downline? Why don't I recruit employees and I keep the money and the money is going to my account? It's like all this. It's just high class hoeing. No, you can't develop the same mindset. You want to have mindset and attract. Like there's all the bullshit, all the damn mindset attraction books, and just man, don't get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, I'll say this: if someone has like zero sales skills and they get involved in network marketing, this is where I'll defend it. If you don't have any sales skills, it can be an environment to teach you some sales skills, I guess, in a comfortable way. Because if you go get a sales job, then you have to perform. Either you're going to perform or you're not going to make any money, and it's going to be over. Like that does bring up a scenario where you can comfortably learn sales skills, but at the same time, I think Tony's in the background. He said it perfectly the other day, but I think it was something about diamonds are forged under pressure. But you need that pressure to really get out there and refine this mindset in the first place. So, but I will just say that in regards to network marketing.
I think if you could get good at recruiting people in network marketing, you could be a hell of a car salesman and make 10 billion times more.
Good point.
Like literally, what's 10 billion? What's negative $500 times 10 billion? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Gregory says, yes, remove the middleman, no pimping me.
Literally. You don't want to be the high class 304, man.
Hey, Tony, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Ooh, what's happening?
What's going on, bro? Happy birthday.
Appreciate it, man. It's been a hell of a week. But
man.
Like we were saying on the phone the other day. Well, it was a while back, but yeah, we're getting old. I think that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Gotta run, bro. I'm gonna text you later.
All right, Sonny. Appreciate you coming on.
All right, bro. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, my boy. Yeah, getting old is one of them things, man. I think it's more of a feeling and an attitude than an actual age, though.
Ooh. You're getting all philosophical on us. I can see that.
Nah. This is just a thought, bruh. Because there was an old cat. He was like 95. He told me, you're only as old as you feel, And I was like, all right, bet. If you feel like you're not 95, then let that be what it is. Because you sure look 95. But, I mean, it is what it is. But, my boy, have you been enjoying your birthday?
Yeah. Went to my favorite restaurant. She said it was on the house. Then she gave me the Vegan Food House. Shout out to them. I think everyone knows that's my favorite restaurant. They had a piece of strawberry cake in there too. They just had to give me that. Plus the birthday bash was pretty smooth. It's the first. I'm not gonna say it's the first of its kind because, like I said, it's something I brought back. I used to do it. You remember in my early 20s.
Yeah.
But I had to stop doing it, so I brought it back, and people really enjoyed it. And it's good to give a lot of people in my network like a shout out.
Yeah. I can't remember if the vegan food house one is the one where the chef came to that
The meat
little
out.
conference. Yeah, maybe. I know it was like a conference thing where it was just like a whole bunch of vegetarians coming, and he came and he made, like some kind of little special dish.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meat out. Yeah. No,
Oh,
that's someone different. That was
mm,
V Eats Modern Vegan. But
all right.
you know what?
I'm gonna shout him out too.
You've been obsessed with that food ever since you had it. The rice
Man,
ball.
bro. Man, bro. Because he don't have it on his menu. That was the first and last time I ever tried it. But it was amazing. Amazing.
Gotcha. Oh, so Kelly, you're saying you hope that I write the next book in the Anatomy of Financial Success series? Yeah, it's something it's definitely in the pipeline. Comes down to, I guess I just got to sit down and do it. For a while, I didn't want to write the next part until I reached a certain goal, but I reached it, so I could definitely get started on that. I know you got conflicting feelings on that, Tony, don't you? Because you really want to see the lifestyle versus death style book, the health and wellness book, don't you?
Bro, it's interesting. Because I would like to see that, but just like the other gentleman said, there's a YouTuber who does something with finances that I would be interested in seeing you do. And we talked about this before. I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but basically he invites guests on, and they go through their finances, and he, kind of talks with them, and basically helps them with where they're slacking. And usually these people are terrible. Like, hey, I make $1,000 a day, but I spend $5,000 an hour, type of thing. Like, these people are terrible, terrible. Your people don't have to be that terrible. Yours can be, people who are salvageable. But yeah, I think that'd be real interesting. Seeing you interact with people who are just a little bit ignorant, if you will. Like, I'll say ignorance is something that's really interesting, right? I don't think there's an issue with being ignorant. You can be ignorant and still function. The problem comes is when you ignorant, but you want to talk about that thing that you're ignorant of. It's like, yeah, I don't know nothing about finances, but I'm gonna tell everybody about it. Oh yeah, do this, do that, invest in a house and la 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 la. And that's when people start realizing, hey, this guy is probably stupid. For real. Like, when you choose to speak on things that you really, really don't know about, that's when your ignorance becomes a problem.
That's the way of looking at it. Kind of like I call it the kindergarten syndrome. You know how there's
Mm-hmm.
like always this kid in kindergarten that does a bunch of dumb stuff, but it's because they want the attention. That's why they're doing the dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people will grow up and they still keep that mentality, but like doing dumb stuff may not get them the attention anymore. So they just want to talk about random stuff that they don't have any business talking about it. That gets them the
Right, right.
attention, but it makes them look like a fool.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's interesting, bro, because there was a Mark Twain quote that I always loved, and he would talk about, it's better to let people think stuff about you than to open your mouth and reveal, all doubt. Like, if people think you stupid, that's okay, it doesn't matter. But if you start talking and reveal to everybody that you stupid, then it's like, hey, look, now it's confirmed.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. We're given two
Yeah.
ears and one mouth for a reason, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But in the long scheme of things, I know I wasn't able to make your birthday bash, but just from watching the video, it seems like everything went off without a hitch, man. I'm real proud of you, bro. Like, I remember when you threw your 25th birthday. And this was a birthday with the theme of, hey, this is the last time I'm gonna have a job. And I was like, man, my boy is celebrating his birthday with the thought of, hey, I'm not about to have to go to work for anybody tomorrow morning. Like this is a start of a new life. And I remember that. It stuck with me. It stuck with me for a while. And watching how things, progressed and how things have gotten to this point, so I guess that's been what, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And who would have thought? Who would have thought? 8 years later. Cause I can't lie to you, bro. A lot of people, like whenever I told them, what I was gonna do, they really expect you to fail. Like you'd be surprised how many people, like, not even necessarily count on you failing, but it's just like hey, eventually you're gonna fail, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Um, I don't even have anything to say about that. I do have something to say. It's called Motivation by Ti. Look it up.
Yeah. And I remember, bro, whenever I was first starting, right? Whenever I first started my thing, I would always get messages from my family about new job openings. Like, hey, these people are hiring. Hey, those people are hiring. And it's just like, what? I'm doing this. Like, why would you, what I'm saying, send me this? I don't care who's hiring. Like, but yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me, whoever hiring. Like, they can hire all day, but like, but it wasn't until recently where they stopped doing it.
Mm. And isn't it up till, well, I won't say recently. Your stuff started taking off a few years ago, but I'll say momentum wise, it really started hitting heavy over the past like 6 months to a year. When you say, and
Oh yeah.
ironically, that's when those messages stop. Like, oh, well, we see the money, we see the results. Well, I guess he made it. It clicked in their head that you're capable of it. Am I right?
Man, bro, it is amazing. It is amazing how things work out like that. And it's funny because I find that with my personal life is uh reaching heights. Like whenever my personal life is going to another level, there's always something lining up with the business as well that's going to another level. And you have to choose. And I always get stuck in that position. Like I remember the day of my wedding, everybody started calling me about doing some kind of something. It's like, oh yeah, we need this, we need that, we need this, and getting married cost me thousands of dollars on top of, the money that I was supposed to make. Like, so it's like, dang, this costs a whole bunch of money. Having a baby, having a baby cost me a lot of money. Because I had to spend time with my baby, so I couldn't, go out and earn more money, and that's throughout the course of months. But I was also glad that I was in a position to, not work for the course of, months, and just sit at home with my wife and my baby, and make sure everybody was good. But yeah, it costs
You
money.
have to worry about, oh well, do I have enough PTO to actually take like a few weeks off just to spend with my wife and child? And if I don't,
Right.
I got to go beg my boss to just give me the days off, even though I'm not going to get paid for it. Those thoughts weren't even in your head because you're the boss.
Yeah. Uh, the thoughts that was in my head was, man, I could be making money. But all in all, it's one of those things where it's like you never regret the choices you make because you can always make more money. There's always going to be opportunities to make money, like and like the gentleman said earlier, when you start from the ground up, it's a little different because if you go to the ground again, it's like, oh yeah, this familiar. I've been here before. I know exactly, how to get right back up.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it's a whole lot different.
I will say this. We've been talking about it for a minute, so some people might be wondering, like, what is it you do, fam? So you want to kind of explain, like, what you do? Because you are rocking the Whirlwind Service shirt, I noticed.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. We as Whirlwind Service, I like to say I'm in the business of solving problems. And usually that comes in the form of, cleaning and maintaining properties. But it also takes other forms. Like I've done work where I basically had like a temp agency, or where we've done, some things with construction. But for the most part, we're, a cleaning and janitorial service. But really, I still like to put things in the idea of, hey, we're here to solve a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a problem, look, that's what we do. We solve those.
All right. Yeah. Because I know several times, like we've been talking on the phone, and you've had a client like ask, "Hey, do you do this?" And it's outside of like what you just said. But hey, it's not outside of your skill set, so you can do it.
Yeah, man. Look, if we can do it, then I will do it, especially for money.
I wouldn't stand it for charity. You're not gonna do it for free.
Yeah, especially for money, But for the most part, man, I do like to stick with cleaning just because, when you do something that you're familiar with, you don't have to worry about, guessing about, anything. Like, let's say if somebody call you and they say, hey, Elijah, I know you do finances and whatnot, but what do you know about, being a dentist? Like, I got this tooth right here. Can you take a look at it? It's like, whoa, not only do I not want to look in your mouth, like that ain't nothing relatively close to what I do. And people will come at you like that, they'll come at you and ask, hey, um, I know you do, cleaning of, buildings and whatnot, but do you also cut grass, and do you, trim hedges, and can you remove a tree? And it's like, it depends on what that dollar sign is. It
So
really
what do you have?
does.
What's the budget for this?
Yeah. Cause I really don't want to do it. That's not what we do. But I have a saw, I have a lawnmower, Yeah. How can you, you know what I'm saying? How can we rectify this situation, But
And they get all Corleone on you. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah. You better. You better, because otherwise I'm gonna refuse it. Like sometimes. It really just depends, bro. It really just depends. But
Gregory's actually recommended something that we've talked about before. He says delegate, price it, and outsource it. Collect the cash in the middle for things that you get asked for, but you don't want to do.
Oh man.
But isn't that kind of where the agency referral came at some point? Then they kind of stem off of that to a certain degree.
Kind of, yeah. Like the temp agency thing just kind of, came just randomly. Like there was a company that asked me if I had some people, that I could, send over there to work, part time. And I was like, you know what, kinda. And hey, you want to go work over here part time? And they're like, yeah, I want to make some money. So then, other companies started asking for people. Then more and more people started, needing work. And I was like, all right, well, yeah, go work for them. And basically, the thing I like about it is that it's really just free money. Like all you do is is charge them. It's like, hey, you don't go to the site, you don't do none of the work. You just, hey, look, this is the address. Go there, do your job, and report, back to me on Friday. Friday, you pay them the money. Then whenever the new company pay you, you get the extra money. So it's like, yeah, temp agencies is definitely where it is. Now, I think the problem with doing that is you got to have a constant stream of people coming in, a constant stream of people coming in. But I do like work where it's like, hey, you make money basically easily. Like, so the YouTube thing, y'all were talking about, different ways to make money, being content creators. Now, I could vibe really deep with the thought of, hey, I want to make videos about things that I like, or, things that, interest me. And if they pop off, then, great. If they don't, then fine. I could also understand the thought of, hey, I make videos about this particular subject because this is my job. It's work. I'm a, make videos from 9 to 5, do my editing from 9 to 5, and, blah, blah, blah. Treat it like something serious. And, I can see that working too. My whole thing is trend following, like old buddy was talking about, right? So I gotta go ahead and throw my salt since everybody else mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna call it too wide to ride. You know what I'm saying? So if everybody is talking about too wide to ride, and
So
you
everyone
hop,
knows he's talking about that Lyft passenger that was too fat to fit in the car. She got refused a ride. Gotta carry on.
simple, too wide to ride. If she was if you were like, hey, look, I'm making this video because it's a hot topic, and because or better yet, if you making this video because it's just something you want to do, something you saw interested in, and like you have this particular angle where it's like, hey, these people are talking about it, just from the entertainment perspective, but let me talk about it from the perspective of, hey, I've been a Lyft driver, like, this is, the logistics of what I would, do going through that situation, and how I would handle that particular situation and all that. Did you answer that in the video? Because I was thinking that too. I wanted to watch it. All right. Yeah. I'll watch the video and get your answer. You don't have to spoil it here. But
I'll link to it in the description, and there'll be a card that I'll add later for people that want to watch it. But
I do.
I'll say that.
Yeah, look, I'm curious because I saw it the other day, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it. But yeah, like I think that's cool, to go ahead and just make videos from your special perspective. I personally just don't necessarily have the time, but it is something I'm interested in. Yeah.
Well, I'd say it's, what's the best way to put this? I think you got to have a balance. You could just make videos on whatever you want. Just don't expect to get paid a lot of money for it or for it to get a lot of views, because there's no strategy behind it. But if you do the research, which may take a long time, you find out, hey, this is a topic that can pop off, and you make it, and you're not that passionate about it, that can get a lot of views. So it's kind of like finding a balance, because you don't want to create another job for yourself. So like if there's something that I hate, I probably wouldn't be covering it or making videos on it, because at that point I might as well just go get another job. But there is stuff that, like, you know what? Perfect example. You know how there's another channel most people don't know about called EB Reviews? When I was thinking about making a YouTube channel to cover like movies and video games and stuff like that, then I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do that, because that stuff is fun. And I don't even want it associated like with money and stuff. So when I put something over there, a good example is like Red Dead Redemption 2 videos. I just throw it on there. I don't even like make any thumbnail or anything. And sometimes it pops off, sometimes it doesn't. But
man, bro, listen, you'll throw anything on EB Reviews. I was watching the other day, and you had a video of you playing Red Dead, and you just jumped off a cliff with your horse. I was like, what's the point of this video? My boy was just doing anything today. But yeah, I was like, okay, because I thought it was gonna be something educational. I was like, oh yeah, usually my boy when he make a video about Red Dead is something that I can use, in my playthrough. But yeah, you just wanted to kill your character. I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah.
Now, see, I'll bring the convo back to something more producive in a second. But no, like the first Red Dead Redemption. See, in a lot of ways, the first one is better. And one of the funniest things you could do is your horse is more equivalent to a car in the first Red Dead. So you could just ride that bad boy off a cliff, and then they both fall, and it's just funny as hell because the ragdoll physics. You can't do that in the second one because the horse is more like a cowboy simulator. So the horse is like, "Hey, what you doing? Like, hey, if you're trying to like get me to jump off this cliff, I'm gonna throw your ass off." So you got to do it a certain way. And that's what showed in the video. But when it happened to me, it was pretty funny.
Man, bruh, hilarious. But nah, the point is, yeah, you make videos over there that you like making, which is cool. Like like in my mind, I was like, yeah, this is something my boy just threw up here, Yeah, he wasn't really concerned about how well this one did. But I sure was thinking, all right, yeah, this is about to be something educational, something I can use and learn from. And then I was like,
look. I will say this. You read the title probably before you watched the video, and the title suggested it was a silly video. So can you really say that it didn't fulfill the expectations?
It's funny. I may look at thumbnails before I actually read videos. That might be something that's true. I may have just noticed that just now.
No, that's not just you. That's everyone.
Yeah, that might be. Because I have no clue what the name of the video is. Like, not even remotely.
I think it was called Horse. It was something ridiculous. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah. But anyway, the point is that like if you do that and you do just random videos with the thought of, hey, look, I don't really care how well they perform. I can see that, but I definitely would want to make money. But I also wouldn't want it to be something stressful. Like I need a happy medium, something where it's like, hey, I enjoy learning and digging into this particular thing, but it's not something that's stressful. I don't have. It's not such a push for me to make this work.
Well, a good happy medium, man, is probably. I know you said like a long time ago you really wouldn't mind like being a co-host on a podcast where you and just some friends talk like a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good happy medium there because the thing is you already have a thriving business. So you have that for main money. And then the podcast where y'all just start talking crap, that could potentially take off and it could actually start making some money. But you don't ever like increase the amount of episodes you do for it. It could just be like once whatever. And as long as you increase it, it's not necessarily stressful.
Right. Yeah. Because I realized that a lot of people, they'll have like a little niche where they do something like that. My brother and I were talking, and there's a podcast now where they basically mimic First Take. So they have a guy who's pretending to be Stephen A. Smith. They have a guy who's pretending to be Shannon Sharp, a guy who's pretending to be Skip. And, they all, comment on different things as if they are these people. They got a Kendrick Perkins, all that whole little nine. And
what does this dude's Shannon Sharp accent sound like? I wonder.
Yeah. Look, I didn't actually see it. My brother was just telling me about it, So yeah, I thought to myself, it's interesting to have little niches like that to catch on. But I also wouldn't want to do that.
Right.
Not specifically anyway. But yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be good to have a nice little podcast with, a couple of people just to talk about, random things or, things that are, just interesting for the particular time. But or like oh girl, things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my 2 cents in since what I'm saying you ain't gonna mention what you wanted to do. If it were me, I would have let her ride.
You talking about the lift drive, the lift passenger again?
Yeah. I would have let her ride, I'd let her get in and then pretended like something went wrong. Like, oh wait, you know what I'm saying? Or better yet, as she pulled up or as she came on the scene, because they have people's names or whatever, right? I just pretended like, oh yeah, nah, this ain't me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got my name? No, that's not me. You're still coming. They on the way. They sending somebody else. I got you. And
You
then
gotta
just
have a
drove off
profile
again.
picture on. You gotta have a profile picture to be a driver on Lyft and Uber though, so your picture is gonna pop up.
Shoot. Look, bro, if Shaggy could lie about a girl catching him red-handed, I'd be like, yeah, nah, that wasn't me. Easy, that wasn't me.
What you gonna do? Put on a freaking wig all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, that's not
me. Bold-faced, look, no, that's not me. I don't know who that is.
Look, the problem is, and this isn't a spoiler because everyone's standing in their video. I said it, but anyone, any common sense gonna say it. You should have just ordered an Uber an XL at the end of the day, because you don't know what's gonna pop up with an Uber X or a Lyft. Like a small little bitchy Mirage can pop up because that qualifies for a normal Lyft. But like a Lyft XL, those are supposed to be big cars that can accommodate like 5, 6, 7 people. So
yeah.
But I'll say swinging it back to, you did kind of give some suggestions, but is there anything else outside of like what you mentioned that you would like to see me like cover this year in like 2025? And like thing is, it doesn't have to be finance because you already know about the veggie outers too.
Right.
Whether it be health and wellness, finance, or according to a lot of people at the birthday bash, they really, really, really were circling in on this networking. So maybe that's something I should be thinking about too. But just in general, content wise, what would you want to see from me in 2025?
You know what's interesting, bro? Now the problem, I would like to see stocks. The problem I have with that is like a lot of people are real sensitive when it comes to it. So if something goes wrong, then there'll be people who want your head. But as long as everybody making money with you, then everything will be good. But if there comes a point in time where you like, hey y'all, put your money in here, and it don't work out, then yeah, it's gonna be a big problem. But I am curious as to what your investments are and what different investment kind of things you dabble in or whatnot. Right, I'm sorry, my wife over here with my baby.
Well, that's definitely something I could take a look at doing, but I could talk a little about it on the stream. Now, first off, I got to give a disclaimer. I'm gonna heed your warning. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Do your own damn research. But the most anticipated video game of all time is supposed to be coming out later this year. You know what that's called, right?
GTA 6, baby.
Right. And the moment it comes out, that stock is gonna soar. And really, the moment they start heavily promoting it, so it's usually at the 2-month mark, they start dropping like the first trailer. Then the second trailer with like gameplay. Then like the last trailer like the week before, and then it's out. Then all those units get sold. Investors lose their mind. They start pumping money into the stock, buying more stock. New investors start coming in buying stock, and at that point, if you're already invested a lot, that's a great point to go ahead and sell. And don't get greedy. Actually, set a certain amount that you see the stock getting to, and once it reaches that amount, go ahead and sell. Because if you get too greedy, eventually it's going to be a drop off all of a sudden, and then you're not going to make as much money as you could have. So have an exit strategy in mind. Now, here's the problem: GTA 6 keeps getting delayed.
Right.
And if it keeps getting delayed, I want to buy the stock and hold the stock for at least a year. You want to know why?
Talk about it.
Because I will pay less taxes on it. It'll be long-term capital gains tax. So
Right.
if I buy it, and let's say if I buy some more right now, and it comes out in November, then I sell, That means some of those proceeds are going to be taxed at the short-term capital gains tax rate, which means a lot more than long-term.
Right.
So if GTA 6 gets delayed to like 2026, mid 2026, and I buy more now, and guess what? When it's time to sell, I'll make more money and pay less taxes. That means I have to keep an eye on the stock. And I have to keep an eye on when they say it's going to come out. So yeah, that's that's probably the biggest thing I'm taking a look at when it comes to anything outside of like a long-term investment.
So yeah, bro, I think things like that would be, good, as far as insight, because a lot of people don't really know how to recognize trends. Like whenever Trump became president, right? The day he won, so many people made money on different Doge coins, and my brother made a whole bunch of money. I know people. One more time.
I said, if you like me, you saw it coming.
Yeah, but yeah, it was easy to see it coming because that's what happened the last year. And on inauguration day, again, things, shot up. So, but it's one of those things where if you don't know, then you won't know. Like if nobody told you, or if you, didn't know, hey, look, I need to focus on in putting my money into things that I understand, then nobody would do it. Like case in point, right? Everybody understands candy. Everybody understands candy. But I can guarantee you nobody's invested in it. But when candy's gonna be at its most expensive, when candy's gonna be at its cheapest. Every year, without a doubt, candy is gonna be at its most expensive the day before Christmas and the day before Halloween. Candy is gonna be at its cheapest the day after Christmas and the day after Halloween. Everybody knows that across the board. Nobody's confused about that. Everybody knows why. When is the best day to invest in chocolate? The day after Halloween, the day after Christmas. When's the best time to sell your investments? The next year, the day before, and the next year, the day after, the day before, whatever other holiday. And it's interesting, bro, because like if people did that, and they actively put, those things into practice, you make money just passively.
Yeah.
Really just passively. There are people who know the second, Jordan about to release a shoe, or when Nike about to release a shoe, but they not in the market at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the two emotions that most people don't have in check is fear and greed. And that's what rules the stock market. I think it's Warren Buffett that said that you should be greedy when people are fearful, and you should be fearful when most people are greedy.
Yeah.
So what people are doing is do the opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's kind of generic, but there's some wisdom in that.
It's funny because the reason I say the stock market particularly is because I think the rich have a hold on it that is artificial. And the reason I say that is because of, let's look at GameStop. GameStop, bro. GameStop really put the highlight on, hey, look, rich people don't have to control the stock market. Like if we so chose to take over, we could. But it's all a matter of I guess people just knowing and understanding how to make things work, or where to put their money, or just basically GameStop was saved by regular people when the rich people wanted it to crash. Simple as that. And they saved it because, hey, we like GameStop. This is a company we like. Now, I don't know why people like GameStop. Personally, anytime I ever tried to return a game that I paid $100 for, they offered me $2 in store credit. But for some reason, they felt like GameStop was a company worth saving. And I say, by all means, save it. But to me, that instance showed that, hey, look, there's a lot more power than people think is out there.
Nicely put.
My boy.
Yeah. I'll say that we are getting ready to start winding down, because I do hear your son in the background. Sounds like he wants some attention. Yeah, I think my live stream muscles are starting to get a little strained, so it might be time to go ahead and hop off. But if anyone has any final questions or topics, drop them in the chat. And you got any final thoughts, Tony?
Oh man, happy birthday, bro. More success, more money, more power, more influence. Keep going, never stop. And RIP to Nearly Full of a Real One.
Yeah, rest in power.
All right, my boy.
All right, appreciate you hopping on.
Peace
out. All right, everyone. I'm looking at the comment section and I don't see any more. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits for tonight. I appreciate y'all hopping on the birthday live stream. Great things are coming for this year, 2025. Really in all the areas, all the channels that I have, whether it be the Side Hustle Society, Financial Anatomy, the podcast, and even the Veggie Outers. Y'all already know the Veggie Outers. I started doing monthly live streams in the Facebook group because there's just so much information that I have that I want to share with y'all. Appreciate that, Yuli. Right. So let me go ahead and hop off here. Rest up, because I've been pretty busy for the past week. But I will catch y'all in the next video. Be safe and be profitable, everyone. And I appreciate y'all tuning in.